You know, this right here is what triggers people regarding the European Union. And then when people become Eurosceptics because of shit like this, the European Union starts to blame Twitter, they start to blame the media, they start to blame the newspaper, they blame literally everything.
EU declares caffeine harmful to humans if swallowed. What do they mean if swallowed? If it's consumed?
Besides their own fucked up bureaucracy. Like, believe it or not, society actually has men, you know, grown adults that are capable of making their own decisions. And also, and I know this is shocking, but they're also capable of accepting certain risks. Like, there are certain things in life that...
Risks? Just gonna warm my coffee. What risk is he talking about?
We are aware that are harmful to us, but we are willing to take that harm. Because
so he's admitting that it's harmful.
Everything that's fun is either at some level immoral, illegal, or harmful.
Yes,
but that doesn't
course.
mean that we need the government, right? Like, which, by the way, operates based on our taxpayer money. So I need to pay some chucklehead to sit his fat ass down at an office to decide.
Bro, here's the thing, though. I can't even afford coffee anymore. So it's like, whatever. This is my last... I have like one bag left, right? And that's it. It's so expensive that I feel like I'm being cheated.
Decide what other people are and aren't allowed to do. Like, why is my taxpayer money going literally against my own interests? Like, I don't need some fuck...
Bro, this guy looks kind of like me.
Like, why is my taxpayer money going literally against my own interests? Like, I don't need some fucker to tell me I can't drink coffee or...
It has always been against your interest. It always has been. People are just realizing it now, right? And I'm not trying to sound smart, like, oh, I have known this forever. No, of course not. Like, bruh. I'm just saying that I feel, personally, like my taxpayer monies, ever since I started working, about 10 years ago, has not gone into my best interest. Just saying, you know.
To tell me that coffee is harmful? Like, unless he's a family member, unless it's someone that knows me, I would prefer if that person kindly fucks off. In fact, I would pay money to someone else to keep that person away from me. Which is literally what happened in America. Like, I'm not kidding. People are now terrified of the bureaucrats. Like, you're fucking scary. We need politicians to keep us safe from you. I don't need you to keep me safe from the coffee. No. I need to vote for the extreme far right to keep me safe from you. We saw it during the pandemic, right?
Oh, here's the thing, though. If they regulate coffee, then does that mean they also have to regulate like all candy? Candy doesn't have caffeine in it, but I would argue that candy is more harmful than coffee.
Like, we saw this being dialed to 11 during the pandemic when the government was trying to keep people safe for themselves. We also have it here in Romania where the government is trying to keep people safe from elections. It's like the person from the Supreme Court came out and said, well, you know, like, Romania has strong values and blah, blah, blah. So basically, long story short, we can't allow people to vote however they want. We need to save people from themselves. How about we elect politicians to save us from you? This is... No, seriously, like, the reason it triggers me is because it's not about the coffee. It's a consistent pattern.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to the European Union, and I mentioned it in other videos.
He's right.
We got the green agenda, which purpose seems to...
He's completely right. Like, I am very happy that there are regulations when it comes to food. Anything that you consume, it's really important. It's really important that everything that you consume is safe. I get that. But no one, like he said, no one is shocked by the fact that caffeine might be harmful. Like, I think everyone knows that caffeine is not a great thing when you overconsume it. It's not like the news are hiding it either. There have been like multiple cases of caffeine deaths, mainly mixing alcohol with caffeine, but still.
To be to impoverish people, destroy Europeans' manufacturing system so that we now have to look to China to buy shit from them instead of building it here. We got the GDPR system, which is crushing any possibility of the European Union to have its own social media. Like, they keep whining about X, and they keep whining about YouTube and other social medias like TikTok. But we can't create our own because no one is rich enough in order to become GDPR compliant. We can't build our own AI because of the copyright laws that the European Union has. Hey, great thing the European Union has done, right? And they were really proud of this shit.
Yeah.
They have like the first legislation worldwide to regulate AI. Well, we're not regulating our AI because we don't have any. And then like all of the innovation is stifled. And on top of that, this type of shit is also affecting million-dollar businesses. Like coffee is a very profitable business. Like there's no reason to fuck with it. But if it exists, the EU needs to fuck with it, right? So apparently this one actually triggered many people because what's fascinating is people don't care until it affects them. Like until a regulation just fucks with their life, that's when they care. People are very libertarian with their vices, right?
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I care about this because I drink coffee. If this was about sugar milk or something or flavored milk, I wouldn't give a shit because I would then my counter argument would be like, oh, but it's not good for you, so they're just doing you a favor, right? So yeah.
Like, notice this, with every single moral busybody is insanely libertarian with his own vices. Oh, if he's a drinker, he's got no problem with alcohol, but oh my goodness, like someone watches porn on the internet, better shut it down.
Yeah.
Oh, he drinks coffee, well that's not a problem, but like, oh my...
And that is why, by the way, this is going to be a little bit off topic, that is why you can't categorize people in like these stereotypical things, in stereotypical categories. Say that I'm a racist, okay, here's Thor. He's a racist. That doesn't mean that I'm sexist. It doesn't mean that I'm not Nazi. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that I'm a racist. Online, as soon as you say something that is racist or sexist, then all of a sudden you're all of those things. But humans are a lot more complex than that. Maybe some guy is like a raging alcoholic, but he's like the most respectable person in the world when he's sober. There are a lot of cases of that. Or a guy is a fucking Nazi, but he's actually respected within his community because he is very kind. It's a weird thing to say, by the way. So it's a weird thing to say that someone who's sexist or racist is kind. But those two things have almost nothing to do with each other, in my opinion. Like, someone has these bad views of certain people. It doesn't mean that the person is bad in all ways. It just means that the person has bad views in this particular category. I'm ranting right now, but for a good reason. You gotta give these people a chance. You can't just cancel everyone because sexist is also a racist and also a Nazi. That's just my opinion.
My goodness, if someone smokes, you know, like people are unable to understand that unless you stand together and you accept that certain vices are bad, but they should still be protected, because otherwise what the fuck is the point of living? Then they're going to constantly have individuals like bureaucrats coming for their own vices separately.
Bro,
right?
I almost forgot what the video was about. I talked too much.
And so like now that they're coming after the coffee, it upsets certain officials, right? It's harmful to humans if swallowed under new chemical safety guidelines. Well, maybe you should get rid of the guidelines then. Maybe if the guidelines start going, it's like...
Harmful to humans if swallowed. Let's go to Sigma Aldrich and let's just try sodium chloride or something. Here we go, SDS. In English, please. Here it says, not a hazardous substance or mixture. No hazard. Despite the fact that you can't swallow too much of it. If you drink salt water, you might fucking die. But no hazard. Nothing. No hazard pictogram, no signal word, no hazard statements, no precautionary statements required. Nothing.
Coffee is harmful. Like, maybe your definition of harm needs to be reviewed. Because by this logic, even salt is harmful. Like, everything is fucking harmful, right? But like, shouldn't there be a level of tolerance? Like, if people were drinking coffee for hundreds of years, and we haven't stacked the corpses yet, like, people aren't dying en masse, then maybe it should not be
Here's the thing. Everything's poisonous in the right amount. You can say that caffeine is harmful, but you can also say that water is harmful, because if you drink 8 liters of water, then it's gonna be harmful for your body. Okay?
Like, I get it. like certain substances like hardcore drugs, cocaine, heroin, like, yeah, that's actually harmful. Sure, like, you can have a conversation about those, I agree. But we're allowing alcohol, and we're looking at coffee as the problem. And then again, like, certain things may genuinely be bad. Alcohol is one of them. But trying to regulate it and ban it maybe is not the solution, because
I think all of this has to do with the fact that one of the most popular drinks in bars is like vodka and Red Bull. I think everything kind of like stemmed from that, because people died from that. It's alcohol slows down heart rate, caffeine increases heart rate. Together, they kind of put an end to your life sometimes. So, yeah, I think it all stemmed from that.
we saw what happened in the United States during the Prohibition. The decision, which also includes banning caffeine as a pesticide, was based on scientific assessment highlighting potential risks to heart, hydration, and the nervous system. While the regulation primarily targets its use in agriculture, the ruling has ignited concern about how future policies may affect everyday caffeine consumption. Because this is another thing, right? Like, people have noticed the pattern, right? Like, the first thing they do is the boiling of the frog, right? Like, the first thing they do, they don't outright ban it, but, like, they decide, okay, it's harmful, so, like, maybe...
I'm kind of getting tired of the boiling of the frog analogy. But they're right. All of them are right that are using the analogy. But I'm getting tired of it.
This industry, we don't use it. And if people get triggered at this point, they will call you a conspiracy theorist. It's like, oh, well, it's never going to go past this point. And my question is why? Why not? Why wouldn't it go past this point? What's to prevent it from going past this point? All you need to do is to draft another legislation and ask for the politicians to vote for it. And if they do, it gets past that point.
Yeah.
Like, there's no system in place. There's no checks and balances to make sure it doesn't get past the point.
No, not really.
That's literally how it works. Like, first they say...
the system that makes sure it doesn't get to that point is the system that they just changed, which is new chemical safety guidelines. It says right here. If this is right, you never know with articles. This might be completely wrong, but if it is right, then the chemistry safety guidelines, if they change, then it can actually be discussed if caffeine can be banned in certain countries.
Alright, well, we can't use it in agriculture. Then they will start saying, well, yeah, but like coffee drinks should only have like this percentage of caffeine. And then they keep going and going. I mean, look, in the UK, they banned tobacco use, right? Like, they decided, I think the king came out and he said that if you're born after a certain year, even after you're 18, you can't smoke. Why the fuck can't you smoke? Winston Churchill fucking smoked. What? Like, that's the thing. Is this like constant busybodying, getting into people's lives and telling them what they can and cannot do. Like, there should be an exception for only like the most extreme harmful things, not for everyday shit.
I agree.
And by the way, like the use as a pesticide, like I saw.
I totally agree, because there are also people that smoke irregularly, and they smoke because it just feels good, and they do it like twice a year. There are people that do that, and especially with like cigars and stuff like that. There are definitely people that do that. Like, I buy one cigar every other year, because usually I don't feel like smoking a cigar, but every other year I'm like, oh, I really want a cigar, like, and I want it to be a nice occasion, and I want to share it with someone, So, but if they make it illegal, then like, shit. Are you kidding me? It's kind of sad.
People pointing out that in the European Union, they're now allowing more bugs to be added in. And they initially...
I knew we would bring that up. I fucking knew it, dude. I'm actually not against that. Because it's not... He's actually kind of wrong with that statement. It's not just bugs. Actually, it's not bugs at all. Like, it's not allowing bugs in foods. It's allowing bug protein, which means bugs that are rich in protein. You can use a tiny percent of that protein in protein products. So, for an example, if you buy pure protein for your workouts or whatever, then like 3% of that protein can be bug protein. And it is highly refined, highly processed. So it's not like you're going to get legs in your protein. That's not what it is. It's highly refined, highly regulated, highly processed. Just like the protein powder that you want it, right?
Actually thought also like this means like they're going to start adding crickets in food. No. What it means is that because they fucked with the pesticides, now we actually expect to have like a lot more bug meat in food than before. Because in real life, and the Soviet Union figured this out as well. There's no like right or wrong decisions. It's just trade-offs.
Mm-hmm.
You want weaker pesticides? Okay, you get more bugs.
Yeah.
Not fucking rocket science. No, I guess, like certain pesticides are genuinely harmful, but when you go for caffeine, maybe you should go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
so apparently in banning the application to agriculture, the European Commission had scientific evidence. And again, like, the scientists are the new clergy. And I have to assume that no scientist in the world is corrupt. No scientist in the world is paid for or bought.
No.
You can buy...
No, all of them are bought. All scientists are bought because almost all scientists work for a company that is either government funded or privately funded, right? So all of them are bought.
And even then, like, let's assume that they actually did find that it's harmful. Have the piles of corpses stacked up? No, they're shut the fuck up. Jeez. So apparently caffeine has adverse...
I think I think these scientists, they have more understanding about this than regular people. And it's not always about bodies, all right? It's not always about how many deaths there are. Sometimes it's about genetics. Sometimes it's about those genetics being spread to next generations. I'm just saying, might cause something,
Effects like hydration, body temperature in adults, as well as on the central nervous system. Some worry that this could be a step right. You know what also has like a bad health effect? Taxation. I'm willing to bet that taxation can decrease the lifestyle of certain people. If they need medical help, they may not be able to afford.
This hidden effect of these digital abstract things in our lives are causing so much bad shit. Like, higher rent is causing so much anxiety, so much stress, so much depression. It's causing so many different things, and that can easily cut 10 years of your life like that. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, if you're a person that just simply can't handle things as well as others, and you're in debt, maybe you have high rent, single father, single mom, it's a lot of shit, dude. It's a lot. That is more harmful than cigarettes, than caffeine, than sugar. It's more harmful than all of them. I would even argue that they're more harmful than all of them combined. It's so abstract. You can't really think about it in the same way because those things are being consumed, but stress comes from within. But sometimes things that come from within are the most harmful. So that's why, like, bro, gotta be kind to yourself.
Because of taxation. Why don't scientists look at the VAT system? Why do we need the VAT system, right? Like, maybe that's harmful.
True.
Can we get rid of it?
Bro,
what about politicians? Every time I watch the TV, I get the same effects like I get from caffeine. Higher blood pressure.
Bro, true. The VAT system. Get it the fuck out. I'm trying to buy a new PC, and the VAT system is fucking me over. I wanted to buy a new 9070 XT, and retail price is $600, but for me, it's $800. And is it being sold for $800 in the country? No, because first the VAT comes, and then they add on some retail fucking scalper, fucking, you know what I mean, okay? So they cost like $1,000. Are you fucking kidding me? This is giving me a lot of anxiety because I need a new PC so I can more effectively stream, game, make content. But no, I can't do that because I don't have the money for that. Like, I don't have $3,000 to waste on a PC. I'm trying to get it like at 1500, but it's impossible right now.
Pressure, faster heartbeats. Why can't we get rid of those?
Tell me about it, man.
So definitely,
but to be fair, caffeine increases the heart rate, so I'm trying to be fair.
However, he clarifies that moderate caffeine consumption, as in beverage, is generally safe. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that scientists are allowing me to drink coffee. Could this ruling impact coffee or energy drink regulations? They say it's unlikely to lead to an outright ban. However, it may prompt regulators to revisit labeling. See, exactly what the fuck I said. Exactly what the fuck I said. Like, the first thing they do is they ban it in a sector that doesn't really affect you in any way to normalize the issue. Then they start going like, okay, well, let's look at energy drinks and caffeine. And then they keep going. They never fucking stop. They never fucking stop. I don't know a single example where they fucking stop.
Why would they stop? It's their job. They have to be busy, man.
And this is the problem, right? And then they wonder, like, why are all these far-right parties going into the European Union?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of things he said. Anyways, great video. Let's check the comments because I want to know what people think. I'm just a single person and I'm not very smart. So I want to see what smarter people have to say. Why is my taxpayer money going against my own interest? Damn, it's almost like it's stealing. Ha! Almost, huh? Caffeine is dangerous if swallowed, that's why I snorted. Damn. It has been deemed that anything not good for you is bad, hence illegal. Alcohol, caffeine, contact sports, meat, bad language, chocolate, gasoline, uneducational toys, and anything spicy. Abortion is also illegal, but then again, so is pregnancy if you don't have a license. Well, shit. I mean, here's the thing though. Alcohol will never become illegal. And it has been proven because it has been made illegal in certain countries and it did not go well. And it is no longer illegal. Different thing when it comes to cigarettes, unfortunately. Because it's just not popular enough. People are moving away from cigarettes. It's a sad, sad world. Guys, what do you think about this? Am I like a super stereotypical European for disagreeing with some points? What do you think about that? And what are your own thoughts about caffeine? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, then please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.